What are your thoughts on the whole? Cause I know Evan I know like Evan and I were talking about it the other day, and I saw Sweat was ranting about it on stream. What are your thoughts on the whole people blocking out their screens for day ones?
You honestly want to know my thoughts?
I want to know your thoughts, bro.
I think it's a complete plague to the community.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience at twitch.tv/Sweatcicle.
Doing one of my honest thoughts. I hate it.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with people wanting to do like huddles, you know, squat up, mute, or share screens of stuff privately, or like draw pictures privately, but to just have literally a black picture and no volume is just a terrible, like, I don't know. I think day one raid races the whole thing is just sick for so many people, and it's so cool. And then when shit like that happens, people are gonna follow trends. And I'm not like blaming anything or anybody. It just really sucks that that's how it is now. I wish it wasn't like that.
Demon Shark, thank you for the 4 years, bro.
That's how I feel about it. Like, I feel bad for the viewer now. Like, they want to watch their favorite people run, but they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone does it, but...
I mean, you gotta understand, though, I really do think it's gonna lead to a decline in people wanting to watch raid races.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just a negative... It is in every way a negative experience. And... yeah, it's just dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on Evan. I'm like, dude, like, when did you guys ever have a scout like when you were racing with Redeem? Like, and if you did, like, when was that such a thing? Because I swear, like 5 years ago, scouts were not a thing, or like a very new concept, and then that evolved into like everyone has a scout, and so everyone's getting every piece of information, and people are like, well, if everyone's out, then I can just like block out this like parts of the screen and obfuscate and then it's just led to like, oh yeah, we just black the screen out.
The first time that we did it, people called us fucking cheaters in VOW. And then the next raid race, everybody did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure most top teams had a scout in VOW. There's no way.
As far as I understand, I think, as far as I know, like, just my knowledge, I know Dado had been doing it before that. So it's not like we were the first to do it or anything, but, like, obviously people are always looking for a scapegoat, and it's like, you're calling us cheaters for doing it, even though we didn't come anywhere near #1, so I just didn't really understand that mindset. But, I don't know. Just
easy
goofy.
target.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think Bunch should force everyone to stream. That's what I think.
I think there should be
one per team.
Ultimately, you can't really tell people how to run their streams, right? You really can't.
Yeah.
But I do think that it would go a long ways if Bungie said, like, you know, even a comment or remark like, hey, we would appreciate it as a big community event if, you know, you would think twice about that. I think that would at least set an example.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just feel so bad. Like, day one raid races, you know, were at one point just so many people. It was a big community event, and now I feel bad for the viewer because people can't even watch who they want to watch anymore. Like, I've literally had people, like, heard of people going into other people's streams to watch them, people that they didn't even want to watch because their favorite streamer, they just couldn't watch their favorite streamer. And I'm like, that sucks. Like, that's just such a shitty experience.
For sure.
Thank you for the 3 months thumper.
And
Pounce, thanks for the
if you want
gifted.
another hot take from me, people that do that, you're not helping yourself. You're not in terms of like streaming, you're really not helping yourself. You're not doing your channel a favor.
Yeah.
In any way. You like, in fact, you could be doing much of the opposite.
You want to hear something insane as well? I know of other people also banning other people's scouts from their stream, like they're banning their Twitch accounts.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, scouting is just something you can't really do anything about. It's just part of the game. It's gonna happen, right? It's not a big deal. It's out of anyone's control. But deciding to just stream a black screen with no sound is
Just don't
definitely
stream, bro.
Is it? Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way.
You're basically just admitting to whoring ads at that point, which is like, again, if you're trying to get the bag, you do you. I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day, but it's like, you're just gonna make viewers
you're
upset.
a plague to the experience is how I feel about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I see the side of the like the person doing it. I'm like, I don't really blame you. I just think the whole situation sucks, and I feel like the only actual solution is Bungie basically saying, yeah, you know, you have at least one POV. But that's an unwinnable take, unfortunately.
I just don't think Bungie will ever
we'll
do that
see.
because they know it's Bungie knows that it's not in their place to tell people how to stream and what content to stream.
It is their competition, though. If you want to win the world's first belt, you have to have at least one stream that is unblocked out. You can mute, that's fine. That's the way it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's completely reasonable to mute. Like, I get that, but...
Yeah, the huddling and the... I call it huddling, but, like, muting... Whatever, dude.
They do that in WoW and stuff.
Yeah, that is totally... We fucking done that. Like, it's... Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, one of my friends is like, dude, they don't do this shit in WoW, and that rating gets like way more serious. And I was like, there's no way they don't do it to some degree, and they do the like muting up and logging strats and stuff.
But you don't see half the fucking top leaders with black screens and no.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is definitely like a heavy Destiny thing, and unfortunately, if one big person does it, or successful raider does it, or top contender does it, it's going to encourage others to do it. So until they stop doing it, it's going to keep happening. And in fact, it'll just get worse.
Yeah, it gets. Yeah, that's my like huge thing about why I think it's such a big deal is because I feel like
Carnage, thanks for the tier 1. Kerosene, thank you for the 53.
Like,
good
no
to see you, bro.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like Elysium could have blacked out their screen at Crota Challenge, for example, right? Like figuring out the challenge isn't that hard, but, you know, they could have been like, what if this is a really hard to figure out challenge and we can black out screens and then, like, people don't just get it immediately. Whereas they didn't. But I feel like if we had Crota now, like, everyone would do that, you know?
And, like, I don't care near as much, just so we're clear about, like hiding a buff or something, right? At that point it doesn't even matter because like what's a buff really gonna do? Like if you don't, if you're not actually
way over top, it's ridiculous.
Yep. What's that?
Like that's like hiding buffs is way like it's ridiculous. Like I mean you're gonna get there, you're gonna see the buffs anyway. Like,
yeah, for sure. It's not really gonna like help until the player's there. Like if I read a text on the screen but don't know what's happening, you have to be in that encounter. But I'm talking specifically about the full blackouts, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think that no team has ever won a raid because they've blacked out something or hid something. I think that if you wake up that day and you're gonna be a winner, you're gonna be a winner. And it's hard to really have any documentation of that or proof because like the last raid, for example, is a good example. But would they still have won? Would they still have won, though?
I mean,
maybe, probably. Like, dude, they fucking killed it.
And as soon as people saw that, like you had to walk through the thing, it's like they probably would have won. But like, there's still like I feel like there's a pretty good chance that they could have lost. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say pretty good. I would say maybe the chances would have gone up. But
that's a winning, bro. They were onto it. They had the 4
I still don't think that like
if
you're gonna win and your team is just in a flow, you're gonna win. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's momentum. In
Young Wolf,
day one
Revenant,
raids,
thanks for the gifted
momentum is
subs.
the biggest thing. And if you just have a clean day where momentum just keeps moving and keeps moving and keeps moving, it's a great feeling and it just flows and you get a win. But if momentum isn't on your side that day and you have some hiccups and, you know, team morale starts to go south, that's when teams start to break.
Well, thank you for the farms, gentlemen. I wish everyone here good luck, the best of luck with their rolls. Remember,
Yeah.
do not settle for mids. Keep gambling, you will win.
Dude.
That's my
We
fucking
been
boy
here, man.
Bog, dude.
Yep, yep.
Keep
Alright.
gambling.
Have a good one, guys.
Later, bro.
See ya.
Yeah, peace.
YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the live channel for more content. And, yeah. Okay, goodbye.